just thought I'd let you know I'm going on a holiday and I'm going to be out of town for a while. So you take care of the useless old invalid, okay? See you later!
Wait a minute. What's this all of a sudden? I don't know how to take care of her all on my own.
Oh, you'll be fine. It's not difficult. Even you can manage it. Just put a diaper on her and leave her for the rest of the day.
She's your mom, right? Why do you have to say it like that?
Well, can you really blame me? I don't know if she lost her mind or what, but ever since she got into that car accident, she doesn't talk anymore. She can't even take care of the kids. I don't even know why she's still alive. She's just a useless lump now.
How can you be so cruel?
But we have no choice. Since she was practically an expert at saving money, and she's amassed quite a fortune. So I guess that means we owe her a favor or two. We'll have to keep nursing the old bat for now.
If that's the reason you're taking care of her, then I feel sorry for Annette.
Why? It's not like she knows how I really feel. I haven't actually said anything to her.
Even if you don't say anything, it will come across in your attitude.
Enough of your lectures already! What are you, 80 years old? Listen, you might not know this about my family, so let me enlighten you. Outsider that you are. In our household, the person who marries in is like a servant to all the other family members. It's our tradition.
So, was it like that when your mom married in too?
Yep, no exceptions.
Wow, really? I had no idea. Jeff never really said anything about it.
He didn't? That's a surprise. He's always been such a little mommy's boy. When we were young, he would always take her side on every little thing.
Did he really? That's a surprise.
Well, it's the truth. But as soon as she got to the point where she needed to be nursed, he wouldn't have anything to do with it. Because it's gross and disgusting. He's a real scumbag, huh?
I see. So that's how it is. Poor Annette.
Anyway, the point is you have to take care of her now. And you have no right to refuse. I'm counting on you!
Wait, you're just leaving all of it in my hands? But I don't know how to do this! My name is Astrid. My husband Jeff and I got married 2 years ago. 1 month ago, Jeff was transferred to a new job as a salesman, and we started living together at my mother-in-law's house with the rest of his family. My mother-in-law, Annette, who was paralyzed in a car accident 6 months ago, my sister-in-law, Sabrina, who is divorced and a single mother, and her daughter Laura all live in the house with us. As for my father-in-law, I was told that he unfortunately passed away 7 years ago due to an illness. I had no idea how to nurse someone with Annette's condition, and I was exhausted from trying to balance housework and taking care of my mother-in-law. Even when I asked my husband for help, he wouldn't listen to a word I said, dismissing me saying I'm the wife, so it's my duty. I feel like my life is a mess, and I have no power to fix my situation. There is one thing, however, that gives me joy. My mother-in-law, who has not spoken since her accident, smiles sweetly at me, and I think she must be very happy whenever I take care of her. You could say she has become my driving force. However, no one knew yet that a crack had begun to appear in my heart.
I'm going on another trip.
Another one? But you just got back from Hawaii.
This time I'm going with Jeff.
Huh? Why?
My boyfriend, Al, is Jeff's best friend.
But does that really mean that my husband has to go with you?
Does it matter? What's your problem? You're not one of those monster housewives who never lets their husband go out, are you?
It's not that. I think it's going to be hard for him to get the time off work, that's all.
He said it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Is Jeff with you right now?
Yeah. While you were out grocery shopping, we cunningly packed our bags and left.
I see.
Anyway, You're probably pretty bored taking care of Mom, aren't you? Lots of free time.
Not really. It's a lot of work, actually. And I still have to do the housework.
Well, either way, you're going to be taking care of Laura while we're gone.
Wait, you're not taking your daughter with you?
Huh? Are you stupid or what? How am I supposed to have any fun if I have to take that little brat with me?
You took her with you last time, though, didn't you?
That was different. That was a mother-daughter trip I went on with some of the other moms in the area. Taking your kid along was the whole point.
So why can't you take her with you this time if you're going with Jeff and your boyfriend?
You have something to complain about?
Well, it's just that I'm not used to nursing yet. So to take care of a child on top of the nursing and the housework is going to be really tough. I've never looked after a child before, you know?
Then you can use my daughter as a learning experience.
Are you serious, Sabrina? She's not a doll, you know.
Yeah, of course not. A doll would be prettier, right? At least she makes me money.
I can't believe you're talking this way about your own daughter.
Well, as long as I live with her, I can get money from my ex-husband. So I put up with it.
The child support is for Laura, not you. You're supposed to be spending it on her education and stuff.
That's not how it really works. She doesn't need any money. She's just a kid.
So can't you just save a bit of money for her or something?
Yeah, right. Why should I do that? Money is meant to be spent.
And you still call yourself a mother.
I don't need a lecture from a woman who doesn't even have any of her own kids. What makes you think you know anything about it, huh? Anyway, are you at home right now?
I'm still shopping at the supermarket.
Well, you should go pick up Laura ASAP.
What do you mean? Where is she? She's supposed to be at home, right?
Yeah, but when I told her I was going away, she insisted on going with me. She just wouldn't take no for an answer, so I took her out pretending we were going to the airport and I left her at the park.
What? Are you crazy? It's already dark outside! What are you thinking, Sabrina?
Well, she was wasting my time whining. I wanted to go on my holiday already. No time for her nonsense. Anyway, you're in charge of taking care of her now. Good luck!
I left the supermarket in a hurry, and when I arrived at the park, I found Laura sitting by herself on the swing set. I sank to my knees in relief and immediately gave her a big hug. She had tears in her eyes from anxiety and loneliness. But when she saw me, she smiled at me happily. I said, "Let's go back home and see Granny." And with that, I took her hand and left the park. We had dinner in my mother-in-law's room at her desk and ate some hot soup together. That night, we dragged our mattresses into the room and slept together next to Annette. I was so angry about what happened that night that I knew I had to call someone about it. I began to make preparations, and finally, I was ready to turn the situation around.
I'm having fun, so I've decided to stay on holiday for another week.
Okay, then.
Have you finally accepted your role as the family servant, then?
Maybe I have.
My brother is laughing next to me right now, saying, "My wife is like a servant."
Is that so? Good for him.
What's with your responses? You got a problem?
No.
You're so lame. I'm not getting you a souvenir.
I don't need one. More importantly, is Jeff really okay with extending the trip for a week?
Yeah, he said it's fine. He's got a lot of paid vacations saved up.
He's a good liar.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, nothing. Forget it.
Whatever. How are Mom and Laura?
No idea.
What? Why not? What's happening with them?
They're probably fine.
What do you mean, probably? Aren't you with them right now?
No, they're not anywhere close to me.
Why not? Where are you? What's going on?
I'm at my parents' house right now.
Okay then, but where is Laura? You didn't leave her at the house, did you?
Of course not. She's with her dad now.
Huh? You mean my ex-husband?
Of course.
How did you even find out his address?
I heard it from Annette. He apologized when I told him about what was going on. And I also told him about how you're spending the child support money. He was furious with you.
You're joking, right? You actually told him?
Yeah, I did.
You're lying! Mom doesn't even talk anymore. There's no way she could have told you my husband's address.
Annette isn't a vegetable. She can talk just fine.
Wait, what?
I was having dinner with Laura and Annette on the evening of the day you and Jeff went on vacation. And she said, "Thank you for everything. I'm sorry my son and daughter are like this. I don't know where I went wrong with them."
What? She said that? Why is it that when I try to talk to her, she doesn't respond?
The day of her accident, you and Jeff were visiting her in the hospital. She heard him say, "Why didn't she just die? We could have at least got the insurance money and her savings."
She heard that? I had no idea.
When he said that, she was so disappointed that she decided not to talk to either of you anymore after that day. And when I told her about the trip you took, and how you left Laura at the park and forced me to do everything by myself this time, I guess she finally lost her patience with you guys.
Oh no.
I gave her a brochure about a facility.
A facility? Like a nursing home?
Yes. I want her to use all her savings and move into a good home that will thoroughly take care of her for the rest of her life. She said she has already made a reservation for a room there.
What? How did you…
I think she said she borrowed the neighbor's phone when he came over to visit her the other day. She said she'd gone through an intermediary.
That selfish little twerp, going behind my back like that. But how did you get my mom out of there? She can't even walk.
I asked my brother for help. My brother is a caregiver, and before that he worked for a moving company when he was in college. So he moved my mom into the nursing home, delivered Laura to her father's house, and moved me out.
This is terrible! It's like a kidnapping! You can't get away with this!
You left Laura alone when you were in charge of being her sole caregiver. What are you talking about, putting yourself on a pedestal? You must be delusional to think they'd be better off with you, right?
I am saying this as both a mother and a daughter. It is a crime to take off somewhere with your mother-in-law without permission.
What about you? Kicking your elderly mother in the leg, not changing her diaper for an entire day, forgetting to feed her. You often leave Laura all alone for hours or deprive her of dinner because she did something wrong. These are all much worse crimes than anything I could ever do.
No, see, it wasn't like that. I can explain.
You only saw my mother-in-law and Laura as money, didn't you? I feel really sorry for them.
Please, Astrid, give me back my mother and Laura.
Sorry, but it's their decision, and I just helped them make it. I can't force them to go back to you if they don't want to.
Okay, so my mom may have decided to leave. I'll give you that. But not Laura. Laura is my daughter and would never say that she wants to go and live with someone else.
She made it very clear in her own words, actually. When I asked her if she liked living here, she said, "Mom is mean to me. I don't want to stay here anymore. I want to live with Papa again."
No, she didn't. I don't believe you.
So I just respected her wishes, that's all.
I'll never forgive you. You've ruined everything and I'll never forgive you.
I don't care. Why would I want your forgiveness?
I'll make you regret it. Don't forget what I told you. The person who marries into the family becomes the family's servant. I have the power to make your life a living hell. You hear me? I'll drag you around as my servant for the rest of my life.
But I'm not part of the family anymore. I've divorced Jeff.
You what?
So I guess you won't be able to do any of that stuff, huh?
Wait, I don't get it. What's going on? My brother is in a huge fuss.
Of course he is. He must be getting calls from people who are very emotional, I suppose. But anyway, I don't want to hear that cheating scumbag's voice. But you can give him a message from me. Tell him I already filed for divorce a week ago. Now he can play around with women as much as he wants.
I don't get it. My brother is having an affair? Is that what you're saying?
Don't try to play dumb, Sabrina. I know you're the one who introduced my husband to the woman he's having an affair with.
What are you talking about? I have nothing to do with any of this.
The other woman is a friend of yours, and he brought her over to the house before I moved here. I even have proof. I've seen you and Jeff's messages.
I don't know what you're talking about. Did you look at my brother's phone?
I opened up the computer we're sharing at the moment, and it was on his Messenger home screen. That's when I happened to see it. Everything about how they were introduced, that they've been dating behind my back, and that they were going on holiday together. With you.
This is crazy.
This current trip is for you, your boyfriend, Jeff, and his secret lover.
It's not my fault. My brother asked me to introduce them, so I had no choice.
Well, tell him I'll have my lawyer call him later about the affair. Oh, and by the way, he won't be able to get through to me, because I blocked him.
Wait! What about my mom and Laura? I don't work, so without Mom's pension and Laura's child support, I won't have any income.
In the end, it's all about the money with you, isn't it? It's a good thing Laura and my mother-in-law finally got away from you and your toxic behavior. I made the right call.
Wait a minute! I really need those two. Or at the very least, maybe you could give me some money?
What do you think I'm going to say to that, Sabrina?
Just a little bit, okay?
Why don't you ask your brother, whom you love so much, that you'd introduce him to his mistress despite him being a married man? He can give you money. Oh, wait, that's impossible, because he's going to get fired. Too bad, huh?
What do you mean?
He told you he got a bunch of paid holidays saved up, right? That's why he was able to come along on the trip. I thought it would be too impractical for him to suddenly call the company and request an extra week off. So I called up and checked with his boss.
So? So what?
Well, as it turns out, that stupid idiot told the company I'm pregnant and his mother's health is in a critical state right now. So please allow me to take a month off to take care of them. Pretty rich considering what he was actually up to this whole time.
He actually said that? Really?
Yeah. So of course I told the company that I'm not pregnant and my husband is currently on holiday with his secret lover, cheating on me.
No, you didn't. Are you crazy? I can't believe you went behind Jeff's back like that. You little hussy.
What are you getting mad at? I just told them the truth. You two really are scumbags, huh? I can't believe you and Jeff turned out this way, having such a wonderful mother. The apple couldn't have fallen further from the tree.
What should I do? If my ex isn't going to give me child support and I can't get Mom's pension, and on top of that Jeff's getting fired, then I can't rely on anyone.
Even at this stage, you still expect someone to get you out of this mess you've made for yourself, huh? I'll tell you what to do. Suffer for the rest of your life.
Wait, I'll apologize. Astrid, I'm really sorry. I was wrong for treating you like this. Please forgive me. Please help me. I'll do anything.
Hey, sis. How are you feeling? I'm much better now. I've really calmed down since everything happened. Thanks so much, Jordan. I couldn't have gone through all that without you. I owe you big time. Don't even worry about it. It was the least I could do to help out. I wanted to get you away from those awful people. And I'm glad I could help Laura and Annette, too. They didn't deserve to go through any of those awful experiences. Yeah, I was anxious at first, but now I know I made the right decision. By the way, what ended up happening to Jeff and Sabrina anyway? I haven't heard anything about what they're up to. Oh, yeah. Well, it looks like Sabrina has already lost her custody battle for Laura. That figures. I bet Laura is happy about that too. Yeah, that's one of the reasons the case was over so quickly. She was determined to stay with her dad. Oh, that reminds me. It turned out that Sabrina was actually in debt this whole time. I saw her complaining on SNS about how she can't repay it without her mom's pension or her daughter's child support. No wonder she didn't want to let them go. Yeah, she only ever saw them as sources of income in the end. It sounds like she got what was coming to her. What's more, it's a rumor, but the interest rate called Hell Loan, I heard that if I borrowed more, the debt would triple. Whoa, is that even legal? Hell Loan is that crazy financial company, right? Rumor has it that it's strange that it hasn't been caught. Yeah, that's the place. Oh yeah, and that cheating idiot of an ex-husband got fired, of course. Yeah, that figures. After what he did, it would be weird if they didn't fire him. By the way, I told the lawyer about the cheating and the way I've been treated, and she used the information to get me a great settlement and $30,000 in alimony. Oh, well done. That'll set you up pretty nicely, huh? Well, it's all thanks to you that I was able to pull it off. You introduced me to her. Yeah, well, it's a big brother's job to protect his sister. Like I said, it was the least I could do. I'll tell him thanks next time I see him. Yeah, please do. So, how is Annette doing? She's in a home now, and she seems to be much better. I went to see her just the other day, and she's laughing and joking. She's like a completely different person from how she acted a few months ago. That's great to hear. She must be really grateful to you. You finally put your foot down and got her away from those awful siblings. Oh, and I talked to Laura on the phone a little the other day, just to ask how she was doing. She seems to be much happier now that she's living with her father. Great. Sounds like it all worked out then. Yeah, I'm so glad. It's going to be her birthday in a few weeks, so I asked her what she wanted, and she said she wants a princess doll. I was thinking of surprising her by paying a quick visit on her birthday and giving her one. But what about you? How are you doing these days? I'm doing great. Actually, I'm thinking of getting a degree in nursing. What? Really? Well, the thing is, back when I was taking care of my mother-in-law, I actually came to find it really fulfilling. It was tough sometimes, but it was a job worth doing, you know? So I've been thinking that I want to pursue a career in nursing, just like you. Wow, that's awesome. Best of luck, Astrid. You have my full support. Let me know if there's anything I can help you with, okay? Thank you. I have to head off to my first class now. I'll call you later. Okay. Chat soon. Thank you so much for everything, Jordan. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video and want to see more like it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.
You really are a useless wife, do you know that? I don't think you've ever done anything right in your life. It really is incredible. Don't you ever think about doing anything for your husband? Or do you only ever think about yourself?
I'm sorry?
What is that supposed to mean? Are you messing with me right now, huh?
What? No, of course not. I'd never even think about doing something like that. But if I'm being honest, I'm not quite sure what it is that you're so upset about right now.
Don't play dumb with me. You know exactly what got me so upset. How could you even pretend to not know? Fine, I'll spell it out for you. In my lunch, which you packed this morning, why is there no meat? What am I supposed to do, starve? How am I supposed to survive a full day at work on this rabbit food?
But, well, I really am very sorry. I didn't think packing you a salad for lunch would have made you so upset. It wasn't my intention, and I'm sorry.
You know, the thing that makes me most upset is when I tell you why I'm upset, and all you can do is come up with some excuse or flimsy apology to try and cover for yourself. Every day I wake up and ask myself how I ended up marrying a woman like you. But what else can you expect from a lowly housewife? Honestly, it's not like you could ever hold a real job.
You're right, but that's why I'm doing the best I can with the work around the house. But, well, if I'm being honest, I just don't think I really understand your expectations. You always lose your temper at me so quickly, and it seems like all I ever do is upset you.
There you go again, always making excuses. How do you live with yourself always doing that? If you don't apologize to me right now, Julia, I swear I will divorce you.
Why do you always say that? It really isn't funny if you're not being serious, you know. Besides, I did apologize just now.
Well, do it again. Apologize to me again. Your pathetic little sorry earlier isn't gonna cut it. Do it again and do it right this time. You do know that as a stay-at-home wife, your whole life is guaranteed by me, don't you? Who do you think puts the roof over your head or the food on our table?
Look, I already know that you don't think the work that I do at home even counts as real work. But I really don't think it's fair that every time we fight, you always storm out of the house. And then you even go so far as to talk about divorcing me when you get like this. I just think that, well, don't you think that sometimes you might be a little bit overbearing with the things you expect from me?
Huh? Me? Overbearing? This is typical, Julia. Always making someone else the bad guy. Are you listening to yourself right now?
Well, I'm just saying that we're married, and marriage is supposed to be about working together and learning to compromise, and I just feel like I haven't been seeing a lot of that. I just thought that we would have been doing more of that and kind of coming into our own as a couple, you know? I mean, I feel like it's almost every day that you get so mad at me that you refuse to come home until I've apologized to you. And frankly, I just don't think that acting like that really solves the problem or addresses any of the underlying issues between us.
Wow, you really must be full of yourself to talk to someone like that. Just who do you think you are spouting that kind of nonsense? So basically, you're saying that you don't think you need to apologize for anything.
No, look. Okay, I am sorry. I really am. This is me giving you a genuine apology. Please believe me.
Alright, fine. I guess that I'll come home this time, but you're on thin ice. I really can't promise that there's gonna be a next time if you make me leave the house like this again, okay? So I think you should take some time and really reflect on how you need to improve your attitude. And never forget that you're nothing more than a lonely, stay-at-home wife. Got it? Just remember that without me, you have nothing in this life. Nothing.
But, Brick, well, you don't even make all that much money anyways. I mean, you do know that we've been chipping away at my savings just to get by, don't you? And that's why sometimes we just can't afford meat every day with every meal. I hope all this makes sense.
Hey, you better apologize for what you just said. I swear, Julia, if you want to see me come home tonight, then you better apologize right now.
And just why is it that you're always wanting me to apologize to you all that much? I feel like all I'm doing is trying to speak openly and honestly with you, and you're asking me to apologize?
It's a good wife's job to shut up and do what her husband says. Hey, are you reading all these? Are you still there? Look, I'm on my way home right now. When I get back, you better apologize to me with all your might, got it? Otherwise, I don't think I'll ever forgive you. And then I think I'll finally have no other choice but to divorce you.
But Okay, Rick, I understand. I see that you're not home again today.
Yeah, well, have you finally decided to apologize to me? I'd finally come back home to you if you just tell me you're wrong and say that you'll apologize to me.
No, actually I haven't. In fact, I don't think I will be apologizing to you. If either of us should be apologizing to anyone, you should be doing it to me.
What? You think that I should apologize to you? What are you talking about? You always go on these silly little rants. Or have you finally lost it? Did you finally snap, and this is your way of telling me? Seriously, what is wrong with you? You can be such a little freak sometimes, you know that?
I've actually been feeling this way for a long time. Thanks for asking. Look, I can't help that you don't like my cooking, but I think it's just unforgivable to waste food the way that you do. Like today, you took one bite of the food I made and made a face, got up and dumped the entire meal into the trash. I mean, honestly, who does that? Is that also part of your whole overbearing husband persona that you're always trying to give off? Is that why you always have to throw away all the food that I'd spend time preparing for you? Do you know how expensive our food bill gets because you keep doing that, Rick? I work so hard to try and make sure that we have home-cooked meals almost every night, and I have never even gotten so much as a thank you from you.
Hey, shut up already, I get it. But I think you need to remember your place. I really don't know who you think you are talking to me like this. Also, have you ever tried just getting better at cooking? You don't think that might have something to do with it?
If that's the case, then why don't you try cooking something for yourself sometime?
Excuse me? You did not just tell me that. No, seriously, where's this attitude of yours suddenly coming from?
I guess I've just reached the limits of my patience, Rick. All I'm saying is that if all you're gonna do is complain about other people's cooking, then maybe you might want to try cooking something for yourself for once in your life.
And just why would I ever do that? I have a job, I go to work, I come home and I'm tired. Did you never think of that?
And besides, did you really run away from home again just because you didn't like my cooking? Are you telling me that's the only reason?
Honestly, what are you going on about? And do you think that all this talking back to me is really gonna solve anything?
I just wonder what it is about my cooking that made you want to leave so bad. Because I think that when you want to leave the house at night, you just make up something to be mad at me about so as to have an excuse to leave. I feel like you're always very careful about the timing of your little escapades. Or am I wrong?
Julia, I literally have no idea what you're talking about. But if you're saying what I think you are, then you have a lot of nerve talking to your husband like that. I just think you should be very careful before you go around accusing others of doing things. So you're saying that you really have no intention of apologizing to me, even though for dinner all you had ready was some hot garbage on a plate?
How about instead you apologize to all the food you've wasted since I've met you? Let's start there, and then we can talk.
If you have something you want to say, can you just spit it out already? You're saying that I should apologize to you, aren't you? Because if so, I think you need to take a long look in the mirror and think about just how arrogant you're acting now. Anyways, I'm not coming home until I get my apology from you. So, if you want me to come home, you better hurry up and apologize.
Okay, fine. If that's how you want to do things, then.
Hey, what do you think you're doing?
Yes, hello?
Is this some kind of game to you?
What are you talking about?
Quit messing with me.
Isn't that what I should be saying to you? I have no idea what you want, so could you just hurry up and tell me?
Wow, still as huffy as ever, I see. So have you finally decided to come and apologize to me? You do know that if you never come and apologize to me, that I'll never come home, right?
But we're already divorced, so...
We're what?
So what are you talking about? I really don't see any point to continuing this conversation anymore. Like I said, we're already divorced.
What are you talking about? You're my wife. Where do you get off talking to me like that, you housewife?
You got so upset and ran off, but you reached out to me first. A year ago, I was already filing the divorce papers. I had them sent to your parents' place.
Wait, what? Did you really divorce me?
That's right. I didn't know where you were living, so I figured I'd send them to your office or parents. But I didn't know you'd already quit your job. Did you quit after you tried to cut me off?
Seriously, what are you talking about? I just switched jobs. It had nothing to do with you.
I'm so sure. Anyways, you're right. I suppose we really do have nothing to do with each other now. So anyways, if you don't have anything else to say, I'm leaving.
Wait, I have something we need to talk about. Are you really gonna divorce me? What's gonna happen to our home?
Well, I already moved out a long time ago. Our old place was just a rental, so I moved out. Your parents came to pick up your things.
What? Well, how come I never heard of that until now?
Probably because you never talked to your parents? But then again, I really have no idea what you've been doing or where you've been for the last year. You were probably just blowing away your severance money from your old job, though. With your little love on the side, I imagine?
My what?
Well, that's what you were doing, right? Always getting mad at me so you had an excuse to leave and go to her house. I wonder how that's going for you, by the way. I felt so lucky when you threw down those divorce papers before storming out of the house.
So that's when you began filing the papers then? And you just went ahead and signed them without my permission?
Just? Your permission? Honestly, what are you talking about? You were the one who got them and left them at the house. That's not nothing. Besides, you never said anything once about not wanting to divorce me. Quite the opposite, actually.
But you're just a stay-at-home wife. How have you been able to take care of yourself for this long?
Well, I just started working again.
You what?
Why did you always think it was so impossible that I could work? The only reason I never did was because you wanted me to stay at home and were always upset when I wasn't there doing chores. I only ever became a stay-at-home wife for you. Obviously, I would find work if we divorced and I was single again. I don't think this should be all that hard to understand.
So you're just going to normal job and working?
Yeah, you could say that. It's more accurate to say that if I was really your sweet doting housewife, who's been waiting all this time just for you to come home, I would have run out of money a long time ago. And how could anyone survive a whole year on just the money that you were bringing in?
Well, sure, but I just didn't know that you were just working on your own. I just can't believe that you didn't wait for me and actually filed for divorce. You know, I was actually gonna come home today.
What? Are you stupid? What about this aren't you getting? I know this might be a lot and your jaw might just be on the floor, but I feel like this really isn't that difficult to get. Did you really think I would wait for you a whole year after you cut me off with no contact?
I guess I'm just disappointed. I thought you were a different kind of lady.
I really don't care at all what disappoints you. Besides, going on for a year without ever getting back to your poor folks, even if you came home, we're already divorced, so there's nothing you could do. I've already found a new job and moved out. If I'm being honest, I've been living my best life since leaving you.
There's no way. So you're saying that you've already forgotten all about me?
Actually, until today, yeah, I had basically forgotten all about you. I kind of forgot that you even existed.
You're lying. Well, I don't even see you as my wife anymore, so there.
That's literally fine with me. I'm not your wife anymore. And I would never ever want to be your wife again.
What are you talking about? You married me.
Yeah, only because I never knew what an overbearing, horrible jerk you were. Had I known what kind of person you were before then, well, then I could have avoided having such a black mark on my youthful days. But that's all in the past now, so it's okay.
But I thought I'd be able to get the life that I had. Jennifer, don't you love me anymore?
What? Wow, did you really forget my name?
What? No, of course. You think I could forget the name of my own wife?
No, I think you forget my name. I'm not surprised, though. Once we got married, all you did was say, "Hey, you," to me. Well, it's not like it matters now anyways, since you're never gonna talk to me like that again.
Well, I won't go through with a divorce. I won't leave you, Julia.
Yeah, that's exactly why it's me leaving you. Anyways, are you done having your little outburst? Besides, you're doing all this talking, but weren't you the one who cheated on me?
But, well, I couldn't help it. I'm a man after all, you understand that, right?
How about you go and marry someone who would agree with that line of thinking? By the way, I'll be asking for compensation for the cheating and the divorce.
What?
You really don't seem to be getting any of this, huh? If you're gonna try and be stubborn about all this, then I'm gonna ask for compensation for you cheating. It's a fact that you cheated on me and you left behind plenty of evidence to prove it.
You kept evidence. You've really been busy while I've been gone, haven't you? I thought you made a vow to be loyal to me.
You're a real creep, you know?
Excuse me?
Are you really so strapped for cash that you talk to your ex-wife like that? I think you'd come crawling back to me because you finally ran out of money. Did your mistress break things off with you?
Huh? How did you know all that? Have you been stalking me or something?
Of course not. It's pretty obvious, honestly. There's just no way that such a useless guy like yourself would end up in any other pinch. Besides, once I heard that you'd quit your job and disappeared, I figured you must have run off to live with some rich woman or something. So I hope you had fun.
But I want my old life back. Please, I can't do it without you.
Your old life? What a joke. For me, that life was one trapped inside, always being treated like a slave. I will never help you again. So I'm afraid I must decline.
Don't say that. I'll apologize. If I do, then you'll let me come home, right?
You were always making me try so hard to give the perfect apology to you, and now the tables are reversed. Pretty ironic, don't you think? What a joke. I think I'll pass.
But why? I said I'll apologize.
Do you know how little value I would place on an apology from you? To me, you're already someone from my past, so why don't you just disappear back to there? Well, anyways, if you've realized that an apology from you will be useless, I hope you go and have a happy rest of your life. See ya, loser! In the end, Julia told Rick's parents about his messages. Then she blocked him from everything. Without a job or a place to live, Rick returned to live with his parents, and boy, were they angry with him. After that, Rick found a lousy factory job where he works from sunup to sundown. Rick's parents take his pay and send it to Julia as a form of compensation. Julia continues to live her best life without a lousy man by her side. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Hey, Mark and I got back from the hospital not too long ago. We got takeout for a late lunch if you haven't eaten already. Did you go out? I'll just leave the food in the fridge if you're out somewhere. I'm here at the slots. I've got a feeling I'm gonna win big today. I can feel it in my bones. Again? I told you to cut back a little since we need to pay for Mark's medical expenses. We had the doctor examine him. He felt a bit feverish. The doctor ran some more tests today. Turns out it's not just a usual fever. We finally know why his health's been on the decline for the past few months. I'll only be here for a few hours. Oh, that doesn't seem like any fun. Sounds very expensive, too. I'm worried. It looks like his condition is getting worse. The doctor said he probably doesn't have much time left. He told us to gather the family and inform everyone to prepare for the worst. Oh my, is that really what he said? We knew this day would come eventually, but it's still so difficult. Are you doing okay? Let me know if you need anything. Heck yeah! This just made my day. I really hit the jackpot. Oh, I just knew today would be my lucky day. Huh? What are you talking about? You said it won't be long. I can finally get rid of that pest. Woohoo! Don't you feel sad at all? This is your husband we're talking about. If I were down in the dumps, I wouldn't still be here celebrating at the slots. Oh. Don't you want to come home yet? So, don't you even care about his well-being at all? You don't want to come home and check on him? I'm sure he'd appreciate it if you came and showed that you cared a little. I can pick you up if you want. Bah, he'll still be there when I get back. Let me have my fun. Taking care of that old fart is just a chore. He's so stinky, and it's so frickin' tiring. I need a break. You don't even... Never mind. I guess it doesn't really matter since I'm the one taking care of him. If we left him to you, he'd get all bruised up, just like a banana. And you're too harsh with your words. Poor Mark. His suffering would never end. What are you trying to say, huh? Want to say it straight to my face? We can't entrust his care to you. You have no empathy, and you won't take care of him properly. Does it make you feel good, knowing that he can't even lift a finger to fight back against you? Is that why you do whatever you want to him? I know you would neglect him. Do you think we would even want to leave him with you? What? Are you trying to lecture me now? Don't make me laugh. You think you're better than me just 'cause you watch over that big baby? You are way in over your head. I only leave it to you 'cause it's the kind of chore a piece of trash like you should do. I shouldn't bother. You would think that spouses would support each other until the very end. And yet here you are, gambling day in and day out. I feel bad for Mark. I'm the one you should feel sorry for. I wanted him to work more and make even more money. And now look at him. To think he spends most of his time sick in bed. He's done nothing lately to bring home any money for me. Ugh, it's too soon. We barely have any savings. Even if he did work his butt off, what would even be the point? Where does all the money go? To the medical bills? To the house? No. You take our money and go to the slots and horse races every single day. Any money he'd make would be gone the next day. Poof! You even leech off of Mark's 401k, don't you? It must be nice to be a wrinkly old prune. All that free money. Butt out. I'll spend my money on whatever I want. Will you ever stop going to the slots? You've had this problem for years and years. If you only just quit, we'd be a lot better off. Hey, no one asked for your opinion. Do you ever shut your damn mouth? Do you think you're my mom or something? Of course not. I'm your daughter-in-law. Then stop sticking your nose where it doesn't belong. I'm your mother-in-law. Show some damn respect, you brat. I'm only saying this because I'm thinking about Mark. He's at the end of his life. Can't you be a bit more caring? He's too meek to say anything, but I know he's deeply hurt by how you've been treating him. Ain't nothing going on in that potato brain of his. You would think he's mute. He doesn't say anything when I talk to him. Looks like he's already catatonic. He doesn't do anything except lay there all day. It'd be a waste to spend money on him when he's gonna die soon anyways. Isn't it a waste to go to the slots? You barely win anything. You just keep losing more and more money. What did I say about butting in, huh? I'll live my life how I want to. I don't have to listen to your whiny bullcrap. You say you're thinking about Mark and stuff, but you're just looking for some extra cash once he's kicked the bucket, aren't ya? You're wrong. Am I? Acting like a goody two-shoes. What a hussy you turned out to be. To think, my son married a gold digger. Stop trying to turn this around on me. Alice, we all know you only stuck around for the cash, not for this family. You want Mark's money for yourself. You don't even love him at all, do you? Do you only see him as a cash cow? For Mark's sake, why don't you just leave him alone? He doesn't deserve any of this. Shut up! You've crossed the line now. Pack your bags and get the hell out of my house. You're not getting even a penny from that old coot. Alice, where are you? Are you here yet? I'm pretty sure I told you that the memorial service is at 12:30. We'll be starting soon. Please come quickly. We're just waiting on you. I just got back to the house. What do you want? Feel free to get started without me. Why are you at the house? Did you forget something? Be quick! Nah, I'm changing out of these stuffy clothes. Oh, I just hate wearing these tights. I was bored out of my mind, so I'm heading to the slots. Time to celebrate! As you can see, something came up, so I can't make it to the funeral anymore. See ya! Are you serious? Today is Mark's funeral, and you'd rather go to the slots? I can't believe this. I thought that for once you'd skip out on going. I'm sure I won't miss much. You'll be fine without little old me, right? Derek can just be the family rep. He's such a good son. I'm sure he's got it all handled. That's not the issue here. Isn't it improper for a wife not to be at her husband's funeral? Please come quickly. I can swing by and pick you up so it's faster. No, don't waste your time. I found something more interesting than some boring funeral. What do you mean you found something more interesting? What could be a better use of your time than attending the funeral service? Mark's last will and testament. His will? Where was it? In a desk drawer in his study. So uncreative. It took me less than a minute to find it. Why did you go in there? No one's been in there since Mark passed away. We haven't even cleaned it up yet. Are you rummaging around for cash because you don't have any money left? You're that desperate to go through his things? Don't tell me you lost it all at the slots yesterday. I told you we're tight on money right now. We still have Mark's hospital bills, the funeral costs. How could you? Nah, who cares about that? I'm set for life. Woohoo! I think you should be more worried about what's written in the will. There's something very delightful written here. Well, it's good news for me and bad news for you. You should have waited until the whole family was there before you started reading it. Why? What does it say? Here's what it says.
You don't have to deal with that damned woman anymore.
Isn't this great? Damned woman? I don't get it. Why is that written in there? It's talking about you, of course. Me? No, it can't be. And just like it says right here, I'm gonna kick you out. Good riddance. Oh, I'm so happy to finally get rid of such an insolent brat. All you do is nag my poor ears off. I can kick back and relax. Finally, I can get some peace and quiet. Kick me out? Are you sure you're reading it correctly? But I'm married to your son. He wouldn't do that to us. And I can't just leave all by myself without him. I can read just fine. Then you and Derek can leave together. How sweet. Either way, once you're gone, I'll have this place all to myself. You two noisy brats can see yourselves out. Please, wait a moment. Is that really Mark's dying wish? I don't believe it. Hey, are you doubting me? After all we did to support him when he needed us the most? Was it really his wish to drive us out of the house? You'd be all alone there. Still in denial. That's really what's written here. And this is for sure his handwriting. I would know, since he's my husband. You poor thing. You worked so hard to take care of that geezer, and this is the thanks you get. After that boring funeral's over, get all your crap here, then get the hell out. No, wait. Something's off here. Mark would never... I know he wouldn't do this to us. If you don't want to leave, I'll kick you out myself. Since I'm here now, I can help out a bit. I'll toss out all of your crap to the yard so it'll be ready to go for ya. No, I won't believe it until I see his will for myself. I believe in Mark. He would never do something like this. I wouldn't hold my breath if I were you. You think you're someone important? My husband never bothered thinking of you. You thought you could get your grubby little hands on his money just by acting all buddy-buddy with him. But things didn't go as planned, huh? How pitiful, you gold-digging leech. Who are you calling a leech? Aren't you the one that's after the money? The ones that were close to Mark were only me and Derek. You were never around to support him. You spent more time at the slots than with your own husband. But at the end of the day, don't you know that ultimately the most important person to him is his beloved wife? I will admit, he's been a pretty useless husband up until now. But now that he's dead, he's finally being useful for a change. I knew I didn't marry him for nothing. Ah, you poor thing. You tried so hard only to get tossed out like garbage. Is that boring service done with already? I've got your bags all lined up and ready to go. Hurry up and pick up your crap. It's an eyesore out here. Go on. Leave, you damned woman. It's what my husband wanted. And don't you dare even think about coming back. Sorry to rain on your parade, but I've got some bad news for you. But I'm not the one he's talking about. What are you talking about? You've got the wrong idea. In fact, the damned woman he's talking about in here is you, not me. You are the one he wants to kick out. Huh? I told you I can read perfectly fine. What kind of nonsense are you spouting this time? You're the damned woman. From Mark's perspective, shouldn't it be you? I can't think of anyone else it could possibly be, given how badly you've treated him. It can't possibly be me. since we were so close and he was so kind to me. Moreover, the will that you have now isn't even the official one. What the hell are you saying? I don't know what kind of crap you're spouting, but this document is the real deal. Go ahead, take a closer look. There isn't even an official seal or signature at the bottom, is there? No, there isn't, but I'm sure it's here somewhere. Let me check. It's probably just a letter addressed to us. Looks like someone jumped the gun a bit there. A lawyer handed us the legal and effective version of the will just a moment ago. It's signed, sealed, and everything. A lawyer gave you what? And what kind of will would have words like damned woman in it anyways? Expressions like that aren't even allowed in official documents like this. Although I do have some good news for you. Your name is written in here. Why the hell wouldn't it be? It probably says I'm the one inheriting all of his assets, doesn't it? I hate to break it to you, but no, you're not. It says that all of his assets will be inherited by Derek. In other words, my beloved husband. What? Why? I'm his spouse. At the very least, half of his assets should go to me. Nope, you're mistaken. Well then, why the hell is my name written in there? The part in here that talks about you is about your removal as the beneficiary. You lying wench. That can't be. There's a request written in his will to remove you as the beneficiary. Once you're removed, you won't be able to inherit any of Mark's assets. Why the hell can't I, huh? As his wife, isn't it my natural right? The one exception to that is if the beneficiary is deemed unfit to inherit any property or assets, and then will be stripped of their rights. Stripped of their rights? What kind of bullcrap system is this? Who the hell made up these rules? If the beneficiary committed a serious offense, or shows negligence. One of the qualifications here is if there were cases of considerable misconduct where the beneficiary was reckless with their assets. You seem to fit the bill perfectly. You're not taking anything away from me, you psychotic bitch. Over my dead body. I won't let you pull this crap on me. With the lawyer carrying out the will, we'll be taking this to family court from now on. See you there, I suppose. And since we also have evidence of your cruel treatment toward Mark, I think our claim has an even higher chance of being accepted. What do you think? Evidence? What are you talking about? What evidence? Mark really covered all of his bases. He secretly hid a camera and mic in his room. How sneaky. I saw it all. You picked on him every day, didn't you? You belittled him with your words, beat him, kicked him. God knows what else happened off the record. I lost my right as beneficiary because of those insignificant little things. That was child's play. Nothing more than some light teasing. Stop trying to minimize it. It wasn't insignificant. It had a serious impact on his well-being. He was all bruised up. He even suffered from depression, all because of you. We even have a medical certificate to validate everything. The only thing I had to look forward to in life was to get his damn assets. Ugh, what the hell am I supposed to do now? If that's the case, you should have treated him better. It must be karma. When Derek inherits Mark's assets, even the house will be under his name. Sorry, but it looks like you're going to have to leave. You plan to drive me out? Me, a poor old widow? The two of you are heartless monsters. How could you do this to me? I mean, it does say here in the will, you don't have to deal with your mother-in-law anymore. I'm just going along with what's written here. As expected from Mark. He has always been there for us. Just like we had been for him. Even in his final moments, he's still looking out for me and Derek. Oh, and what did Derek say, huh? He wouldn't dare toss me out like that. I'm his mother. Isn't it up to him to decide what to do, and not you? You know, since he's the beneficiary now. Who do you think you are? As a matter of fact, he's thinking of kicking you out too. Mark and Derek shared the same sentiments, so there's no problem at all. They both agreed that your addiction was spiraling out of control. You needed to be stopped somehow. The audacity of that insolent boy! What about me then? What if I have a problem?
Too bad. We don't have any problems over here. Even if we wanted to help you, we can't do anything about you leaving.
I won't allow this to happen. I'm gonna reduce that frickin' will to ashes. Ashes! And when I do, you're gonna regret you ever tried kicking me to the curb. Hand it over, you punk.
That's probably not a good idea. You'll get arrested if you do something like that. Well, I guess it would be a lot quieter around here if they threw you in prison.
I'm heading back to the funeral home right now. You'd better be waiting outside when I get there, or else. This is a load of bullcrap. Open these damned doors right now. Why the hell can't I get inside? I'm the wife. How improper. Why do I have to be chased out of there?
All of the family members present here don't want you to come inside. Since you're the type of person to skip out on a funeral to go to the slots, we figured you'd be fine out there.
I came back right away, didn't I?
The only people that can say their last farewells to Mark are the ones that were closest to him. Just stay outside, Alice.
Which conniving little rat is the lawyer? I've got some business with him. Let me speak to him.
What are you hoping to achieve? No matter what you say, nothing will change.
I won't be satisfied until I give that puny lawyer a piece of my mind. My head's about to explode because of this bullcrap will. Let me at him.
The lawyer said he's an acquaintance of Mark's. He's pretty angry at you, knowing what you've done to him. You probably shouldn't get into a fight with him. Or anybody. But especially a frickin' lawyer. It's so scary. I wouldn't want to make him angry if I were you. Especially since he knows the law like the back of his hand. He could probably lock you up forever.
I don't have even a cent on me. Not even a single coin. That's my only issue here. I swear. My checkings, my savings, they're both all dried up.
That's because all you do is go to the slots or the horse races. There's no mystery as to why you literally have nothing left.
I don't think I can keep on living if you kick me out like this. Please, don't cut me off like this. That's all I ask.
Okay, I get it. But what Mark wanted was probably your complete and utter destruction. You really had this coming for you, huh? I'm sure you'll get your just desserts.
Oh, well, wait. What about the insurance money? Mark received a large sum of insurance money, but the beneficiary should have been me. That money's all mine, right? Woohoo! Jackpot! Phew! That was a close one. For a second there, I thought I was a goner.
Actually, I have some more bad news for you.
Are you freaking kidding me? What is it this time?
It looks like Mark also changed the beneficiary for the insurance money from you to my husband. You won't receive even a single penny.
Ugh! That crusty old geezer! He really pulled out all the stops to plan all this. I wonder just how far that bastard went. Does he really hate me that much? I barely did anything to him.
You hurt him deeply, physically and emotionally. You're only getting what you deserve and nothing less. He's giving you a taste of your own medicine, even though he was a bit meek. He really was a man of action rather than words.
Action, my butt! I knew I couldn't trust that conniving old fossil. He put in all this effort just to get his revenge on me. What a petty, senile old man.
If you just think about it a little, you'd understand. He did it because you'd keep the house for yourself and leave us to fend for ourselves. How twisted. I guess it's impossible for even Mark to love you.
So then, was all of this your big plan to get rid of me? Huh? Or was Mark the mastermind all along?
No matter what I say, you're just going to believe whatever you want to believe. That won't stop me from kicking you out, though. I hope you already started packing your bags. It seems like the house will be more spacious. Oh, it'll be nice and cozy. Maybe I'll rearrange the furniture.
No way. You're crazy if you think I'm ever gonna leave.
If that's the case, let's start with tossing your personal belongings outside. Isn't that what you planned on doing to me?
You're bluffing. You stupid bitch.
How many times do I have to tell you?
Don't get it twisted. You're the damned woman, so get the hell out of my house! After that, Alice's removal as a beneficiary proceeded without a hitch. She was stripped of her rights as a beneficiary, and then we kicked her out of the house, just like Mark would have wanted. After we kicked her out, my husband burned some sage to cleanse the house. Hopefully that'll get rid of all the negative energy she left behind. Since it was his mom, Derek said he still felt pretty uncomfortable about the whole situation with Alice. I'm sure it's difficult having to see your own mom self-destruct like that. When I think about Mark's final years, I understand his feelings a bit better. It was probably a sad and lonely existence, living with someone like Alice, who was a slave to her addiction to slots. No matter how hard he must have tried to help her, it's difficult to save someone who doesn't want to be saved. It's hard to feel compassion for someone like her. You know what they say, you reap what you sow. The other day, I held Mark's picture in my hands and told him that his wish finally came true. When I did that, the rain started pouring down in response. When he saw what had happened, Derek said that his dad is probably crying up in heaven. I guess we'll never know whether they were tears of sadness or tears of relief. He suffered so much while he was alive. I hope that at the very least, he can rest in peace now. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please press the like button.
What was that little stunt you pulled all about, huh? You really had to go do that at my husband's funeral, and the funeral for your husband's father. You know that makes him your father-in-law, right? How could you just leave so suddenly in the middle of the service? I've never seen someone act so rude in my entire life. I'm really very sorry. It's just that, well, my water broke then. You knew 3 days in advance that this funeral was happening. You should have done more to prepare and control your body. Do you think that just because you're pregnant that you can say, my water broke to everyone and expect to get away with everything? I really am truly sorry. I don't know what else to say. And you think that your little apology is enough to fix all the damage you've caused. Just how do you think your husband felt about you ditching his father's funeral? And that's to say nothing about the feelings of everyone else there. Do you know that your actions made everyone at the funeral very, very upset? But everyone was kind and quick to call me a taxi and let me lean on them for support. I thought that everyone there was being really kind to me. Well, you would think that, but open your eyes. It's not like anyone had any choice but to act that way in that situation. And now everyone here is talking about you. They're all talking about how irresponsible it was for you to let your water break at a funeral of all places. I don't think anyone would really do that, though. Excuse me. So now you're calling me a liar. And it's not just the others here that are talking about how bad you screwed up. Tobias is here saying the same thing, you know. He is? He's saying things like, I really just don't know what to do about that woman. I mean, how could you let her water break like that and cause a big scene at my own father's funeral? He even said, I only ever married in the first place so she could have my kid. Now that that's done with, I wish she would just hand him over to me and leave us already. Those were his exact words, if I recall correctly. But he would never say that about me. Well, I'm afraid that he did just that. I think it'd be best if you stopped living in your little fantasy world and faced reality like an adult. I don't believe you. Maybe I'll go and ask Tobias himself if he said those things. What do you think about that? That's fine with me. Why would I care if you ask him to repeat what I've already told you here? Go for it. So, you really have no problems with me asking Tobias if he really did say what you said he did? Of course not. After all, those were the things he said. Why don't you go ask him and hear him say it for yourself? But then again, once Tobias knows that you know how he truly feels about you, I doubt he'll wait that long to toss you aside. Once you've given birth to his child, that is. But, so you're telling the truth? Tobias really said everything that you said he did? How many times do I have to explain this to you?
And to think I was the only one kind enough to tell you how he really felt. Anyways, that's why I want you to leave my son. It'd be best if you just did it yourself and disappeared without a word to him. Once you have his kid, just leave the hospital. We'll take care of everything after that. Don't you worry. I don't think I can do that. I don't care. I'm trying to be really patient in explaining this to you, but you need to wake up to reality. Nobody in this family, not a single person, cares about you. We are all so eager to hurry up and forget you. You probably just broke your water at the funeral for attention because you thought everyone would try to take care of you and pity the poor pregnant lady. What? Of course I didn't do that. I would never even think of doing something that awful. How do you even break your own water? It doesn't even matter now. You're an adult and you should have had better self-control. We're sick of you not taking responsibility for your actions. You are just dead weight at this point, did you know that? All it takes is for you to walk to a room to piss people off. And to think such a horrible woman is eating my precious Tobias's time and money. Well, it just makes me feel sick. I can't stand it. What? But I was working up until I got pregnant. Even now I haven't quit my job. I'm just on a break. Do you even know how spoiled you sound right now? Besides, even when you were working, your salary never even got close to your husband's. I can't believe you would even try and defend yourself like that when it's my son who's putting food on your table and making sure you're fed and clothed. Honestly, do you even think before you send a message? Why, how could you even say such cruel things about someone? It's awful. I told you just looking at you makes me mad. You're always smiling so sweetly. It's pathetic. But what I hate most of all about you is that you're all looks and nothing else. All you do is rely on your looks and try to please people. I just can't stand those kinds of people. And that's the reason why you hate me so much? I just wish you'd realize that all you are is dead weight and just leave my family alone. Sarah, honey, are you okay?
Hi, Tobias. Yes, I'm fine. I think I've settled down a bit and I'm okay now, thank you. I'm just so sorry. I never meant for it to happen at your father's funeral, I swear.
Well, it's not like it was something you could control. It's no one's fault your water broke, so there's no need to apologize. Besides, everyone here is so worried about you. Are you feeling okay physically?
I really do think I'm alright now. I guess I was just really caught off guard and freaked out a bit earlier.
I really hope that's all that happened, Sarah. You really weren't looking yourself today and I was worried. Don't tell me my mom said something to you. What did she say to you?
Well, she has said a bunch of different things to me since we saw her this morning. She said things like I shouldn't have even shown my face at the funeral, that your dad hated me, just so many awful things.
That woman. Sometimes I just don't know who she thinks she is. She never knows when to keep her words to herself and leave well enough alone. I'm so sorry that you had to go through that, Sarah. I should have been watching more closely over you two to make sure that exact thing didn't happen.
Well, what do you think, Tobias?
What do I think? What do I think about what?
About me. Do you really just think I'm a deadbeat wife?
Wait. Where is all of this coming from all of a sudden?
Well, that's what your mom said that you thought. That you only married me so I could have your kid and that once it was born that you'd kick me to the curb.
She wouldn't. Is that really what my mom told you earlier?
Just tell me, Tobias. I want to know how you really feel about me.
Sarah, I love you with all my heart. I would never even think to associate you with a word like deadbeat. And more than that, I'm really looking forward to raising our child together. I would never, ever even dream of leaving you after you'd given birth. That is how I really feel about you, Sarah. Do you believe me?
You're really telling the truth, aren't you?
That is up for you to decide. But I guess I would just really like to think if the version of me that you know would ever say such horrible things as my mom said I did.
No, Tobias, I don't think that about you at all. I never thought you really said those things. I guess your mom was just trying to put a bunch of lies into my head after all. I'm sorry for even making you doubt the feelings that I have for you, Tobias.
It's okay, really. I think my mom is just under a lot of mental stress right now. I guess it's only natural. Or maybe she really does think that I hate you.
You think that's really how she thinks about us?
I think it might be. After all, when we talk about you, she only ever asks about the negative things. She's always asking me stuff like, what did Sarah break this time? Or what was the last thing she did to make you mad? Always that kind of stuff. And whenever I try to change the subject and talk about all your good points, she just kind of tunes me out.
Wow. I guess she really thinks that you want to leave me, doesn't she? I mean, if all she does is make you complain about me, then it's only natural that she would think that you want a divorce from me.
Ah, you're probably right about that. I just can't believe she could be so blind. Well, the funeral is over, so I'm gonna head straight over to the hospital. I don't think I can stand to be around my mom anymore right now.
It's okay, I understand. I'll see you soon.
Hey, have you given birth to my grandchild yet?
Oh, hello, Susan. Yes, thankfully I managed to have a safe delivery. And once again, I'm so sorry for the trouble I caused yesterday.
Here we go again with your meaningless apologies. You really are pathetic, you know that? It'll be such a relief once we're not family anymore.
I'm sorry, what do you mean by that?
How dare you let your water break at my dear husband's funeral? You don't deserve to be my son's wife. Why don't you just hand over my grandchild and leave Tobias forever? Actually, you'll be the one leaving, Mom, not me. What? Tobias? I said get out, Mom. If you're not family with Sarah anymore, then I'm not a part of your family either. What are you saying, sweetie? How can you say such things to your own mother? I just told you, you're not my mom anymore. I want nothing to do with you ever again. I know it's harsh, but you need to leave my house, Mom. Dad left the house to me in his will, and I am telling you to get out. Wait, Toby, don't you think you're acting just a little rashly right now? She's making you do this, isn't she? She's tricking you, honey, can't you see? She's just an evil, heartless woman. No, Mom. The only one that's been tricking me up until now is you. I've always let you get away with so much just because you're my mom, and all that's done is cause trouble for Sarah. I really thought it through and reflected on what I've done. From now on, I won't let you hurt her anymore. You can't do that to me. I'm your mother. What will people think? What will people think of you lecturing someone for having their water break during a funeral? Which, by the way, the whole family knows about now. What? Why would they know about what I said to her? Because, Mom, after the funeral, everyone came to the hospital to come check up on Sarah. When her water broke at the funeral, she was so scared and everyone was so worried about it. So then, you're telling me that everyone's at the hospital right now? That's right. Some coincidence that my wife happens to give birth to our child the day after my father's funeral. It's a little ironic, but thanks to the funeral, the whole family was already here in town. And so everyone came to the hospital to congratulate Sarah. And that's why everybody who is here now knows all about the kind of messages you've been sending my wife. No, you're lying. They can't all know. And that you're so upset over people knowing now? You know that what you were saying to her was wrong. You were always trying to highlight the negative about her. And we're moving to get rid of Sarah after she gave birth to our kid, weren't you? I've already had it confirmed to me from other relatives that all you did was badmouth Sarah to them whenever she came up as a topic. No, Tobias, I promise that's not what I was trying to do. And then you even went so far as to tell Sarah lies about things that I was saying about her, that she was a deadbeat wife, or that once she had our kid that I would throw her out of the house. It was all lies and you knew it. It's unforgivable, Mom. No, it's not like that. I promise from the bottom of my heart that I'm telling you the truth right now. Can't you see you're just being manipulated by this evil woman? Can't you understand that, Tobias? I don't believe you. How could I ever after you've showed what a big liar you are? Tobias, how could you say that to your own mother? I told you we're not family anymore. Are you at home right now? Get your stuff packed right now. Leave and never come back. Do you understand me?
Well, even if I did do all that, I'm still your mother, right? I raised you and took care of you all this time, haven't I? Don't you have any shame as a son?
No, I guess I don't. Too bad for you.
But how can you just throw away your mother so easily like that?
This isn't an easy choice for me, but I love Sarah from the bottom of my heart. And if all you're gonna do is insult and disrespect that woman, then I don't think I want you in my life any longer. I'm not just making a brash decision. I've put a lot of thought into what I'm doing right now. And what I need you to understand right now is that I haven't forgotten all you've done for me, but what you've done to Sarah far outweighs that.
No, Tobias, can't you see you're just being tricked? There's nothing worth loving about that girl. She's just an evil woman who you should only use to get a child and then leave her.
Wow, you sure do seem to know an awful lot about my wife that I don't. Why don't you share some of your wisdom? What about Sarah do you think makes her an evil woman?
Wait, well, because of all the things you've told me about her.
You do know that I only ever told you those things because those were the only things you would ever ask about, right? I really just kind of told you some small things that I could think of. Wait, I just thought of one bad trait that she has. Recently, she found a dollar bill on the floor of a mall we were in and gave it to security in case anyone was missing it. So I guess she's a bad person for giving people more work to do over a dollar bill. Otherwise, yeah, she's always smiling and steps up to face any challenge before her. You're right about one thing. She is always smiling. So maybe that does mean she's one of the most evil women alive.
That's right. So why not leave her? Take your child and come live with me.
You're right. Sarah really is the worst. You were right this whole time. But I love that evil woman. And that's why we're going to keep living together, and you will never see the two of us ever again.
But you can't do that!
By the way, you're also never going to meet your grandson either. Even better, everyone at the hospital right now says they never want to see you again either.
You're lying.
And I know how badly you wanted grandchildren. The reason you're okay with her and I getting married was because you thought it was the fastest way to get one, didn't you? Well, that's too bad for you. Now you'll never get to meet your grandchild.
Please, Tobias, you can't just abandon me like this. I've lost my home, my family. I'm not sure how I'll be able to go on. At least let me see my grandchild. Even once will do.
Isn't this about the time that you should be begging for a chance to apologize and make amends with Sarah? That just goes to show you really don't think about anyone but yourself. You were never good at raising kids anyway. Just do us a favor and leave us alone.
Of course I want to apologize. I'll go straight to the hospital and get on my knees for her. Please, at least let me keep living at the house.
You really don't get it. Our decision is final. You will never see your grandchild or us again. All you want is to steal my time and money. It makes me sick. After that, Susan was kicked out of her home and all of her relatives cut ties with her. Tobias, worried that his mother might try something since she knew where they lived, sold the house immediately. Now we've moved out and we're living happily in a new city. Susan tried to contact her relatives to beg for help. Knowing everything she said to me, nobody offered her a hand. Realizing nobody in town wanted anything to do with her anymore, I guess she finally must have packed her things and moved. Although I can't imagine how hard it must have been for her to lose her husband, son, and grandchild all around the same time. And there are times when I do feel really sorry for her. With my newborn daughter, I don't have any time to linger on the past. I have to live for this child now. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.